Thank you so much again for joining this webinar. We really appreciate your time, and we're going to start right away. So today's webinar, we're going to learn more about audience engagement and how can you increase audience engagement at your events. And just to give you a quick introduction, today with me, I'm Varun. I have been working with Event Mobile and servicing the event industry for over 6 years now. I have with me on the panel here Stephen. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, everyone.
And I also have one of our senior product chiefs here, Mihir. Mihir, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you? Glad everyone could join.
Cool. Event Mobile is headquartered out of New York City. We're right next to the Financial Trade Center, the Freedom Tower, great view. And we've been working. All three of us have been servicing the industry, the event industry, for a long time now. We've learned a lot of things over the past years, how technology has shaped the events over the past few years, and we've seen like some drastic changes, especially in the last 2 years, right, Stephen? I mean,
absolutely.
The way our product has evolved in the last 2 years to be able to cater and adhere to the ever-evolving event industry. And one of the biggest things is engagement. I mean, technology. What is the biggest purpose of technology? Obviously, it's there to make things easy, seamless for attendees as well as organizers. But one thing that was really lacking, which has totally changed now, is how technology is influencing the level of engagement. So some of the reasons why there's a lack of engagement at the events, and guys, free feel to pitch in. These are there are a lot of other reasons as well, but some of them are pretty clear. Lack of marketing. I mean, people don't really know exactly what they are supposed to be expecting at the event. A lot of people reach the event, then pick up the show guide, and then figure out, okay, these are some of the interesting sessions I can attend. These are some of the interesting speakers that I hear. I've been to events where people discovered who the keynote speaker is when they were actually at the keynote session. They didn't even really know who the keynote speaker is. So lack of marketing outreach is one of the biggest reasons why I feel like engagement attendees are like kind of not that engaged, as well as the opportunities for engagement are kind of very limited at certain events, and obviously technology is really helping that. Another thing is to make events more interactive, like make audience feel more important, have them participate. So it shouldn't be just a one-way communication between the organizers and the speakers to the audience and the attendees, but the attendees should have the equal opportunity to participate, to put their views across. So having various channels during the session, like polls, Q&A, as well as having the social channel where attendees can express their views at the event. These really help with attendees feeling more important. They kind of feel more connected with the event.
And also, just to touch base on that, whenever you're going to like a large scale event, and there's quite the population is pretty high. I mean, it can be quite intimidating sometimes just to walk up to a random person. You can barely make out their name tag. So I mean, with the Event Mobile, I mean, we essentially took it to the next level where you could actually do many ways of attendee discovery just by your smartphone. So if you're not the most outgoing person and you're, kind of more conservative, you don't feel comfortable going up to people and engaging them in conversation, we've created many avenues to engage attendees and, create that attendee discovery as well.
And another thing, like Varun had mentioned, is you actually don't know the agenda a lot of times until you actually get there. You get a pamphlet, and you're looking for it and trying to make your own agenda. With Event Mobile, you can actually the organizers can send out the application ahead of time, a lot earlier, where users can see the full agenda, make their own agenda, saying I'm interested in this. Bookmark it, add it to their calendar so that they can actually, have it all set for them way before they get there. And so when they get there, they know when they have the free times to make connections, to engage with other people, or even just go to lunch and things like that. It's a very, very convenient way of doing that, and it helps the marketers as well. Not having to bombard them with emails and things like that. It's a simple, here's our app. Go and create your schedule, see who's attending, see what sessions you like, and really customize our event for you specifically.
No, I completely agree with both of you, and I think, Mayor, you just made a very interesting point, and I think point number 5 kind of also defines that, if you're able to not just give the attendees the opportunity to create their own personalized agenda in advance, but if you are like going to the level of being more personalized towards attendees, you can like with apps, especially with Events Mobile, we have this feature where for VIP attendees, you can actually give them a more personalized experience just using the app. So it completely transforms the way they've been attending events. They log into the app, they can get a message, hey John, or hey welcome to the event, and then the agenda can be pre-uploaded for them. Their personalized agenda can be pre-uploaded for them. And again, one of the biggest thing that comes back from this point is, again, enough marketing outreach. If people don't know what the app can do for them, if they don't know what they can do at the event and what they can expect, if they don't have clear outcomes defined, it's going to be a serious reason for people not to be engaged.
Yeah, and one more point just to add is, not only how and how the end user can customize and things like that, but it's also what kind of outreach the event organizers and the event planners can have to their attendees. Sometimes notifications, things change during the event, session times change during the event, and people don't know because, they just have written it on a piece of paper, which the users are reading, and you have to make an announcement over the loudspeaker or something like that. That really takes away from it. But with Event2Mobile, you can individually reach out to your attendees with a push notification or something like that, where you can really engage them on any kind of changes or any kind of activity that's going on. So it's what kind of outreach the event planners can also make, which is really very important to do as well.
Absolutely, and then we will be touching more on how you can reach out to attendees in advance. We've got in the same webinar, we will be touching base on these points moving forward. So apart from the points that we just mentioned, I think one of the other really important part for an attendee to feel engaged, to get engaged at an event, is to get kind of a flow experience. So this is a pretty cool quote by a distinguished psychology professor. It said, it's the state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. It's the experience itself that is so enjoyable that people will do it even at any cost, at great cost, for the sheer sake of doing it. And this is very important from an event's perspective, because an event is a total experiential marketing experience. So people want to feel the event. People want to have an experience at the event that they want to remember, that brings them back. So the more active, the more participated the attendees feel, like the more you give them chances to participate in the event. You make them feel important. People love the notion of being made felt important. So if you have sessions where you're running polls and you're flowing the session in a way that it's being in a way dedicated by directed by the audience, like with their responses, and the speaker is taking that into consideration in the points that he's reaching out to people after running the poll, and then giving people the opportunity to ask their questions, not have to wait till the last minute when the session is over, but with Event Mobile, or we have a live Q&A option where people can post questions as soon as it comes to their mind, and when that question comes up on a live screen, the person feels important. He's like, oh, that's my question, that's my question that he's addressing. And it kind of makes it a lot easier. People have been trying to ask questions for years at sessions. And, like a lot of people hesitate. I hesitate. I'm worried whether my question's going to be taken well by people sitting around me, by peers around me. And there's always that pressure whether I should get up or not. And then, sometimes some really important questions get missed because of that. And giving these kind of opportunities, gives a lot of importance to people. And then gamify that experience, make them feel that, okay, I am getting something back for doing this. So have some kind of gamification elements added to your event, like quizzes, like social leaderboards, where people get points for being engaged with the app, people get points for participating in a poll, people get points for asking questions, etc. And that kind of makes people, feel there's a value for doing this. And again, coming back to everything is people should know that they will get points for that, and that comes back to your marketing and education. I think one of the biggest factors is pre-event marketing and educating your attendees. So as we've been talking so much, is like pre-event marketing will set the tone for your audience and the level of engagement that happens at the event. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already doing some of these things, and if we can give you some more ideas, we'll be more than happy. But very simple. I mean, like, you have to be really active on your social channel to increase the buzz about the event. People need to be. You need to make sure that people are having your buzz coming to their feed. They need to see what's going to happen at the event. You need to engage them a lot more prior to the event. And one of the best ways of doing that is having your social channels integrated with an event app. So people don't have to go to multiple places to see the feed. They can just download the app. Make sure that people download their app. Make sure that they know the value of downloading the app. You have to make sure that people understand that this is not just an app that's going to sit on their phone and occupy their memory on the phone, but it's actually going to add a lot more value to their event and their experience. Guys, feel free to add anything, but I think that's one of the most important things that I've noticed when I go to events is that why should I download an app? I sometimes don't even know what the app is going to do for me, except just look at the agenda.
Yeah, it's just knowledge that you supply when you actually are working with an event app. But again, what we're talking about here is a social media, right? Everyone is always going to be still using the Twitter, the Facebook. But why have them use 5 different apps when everything can be combined and consolidated from one, which is your event specific app? So when you're there, you can really leverage a lot of their social networks and increased engagement on your social channels because everyone is doing it from one specific space rather than using Twitter for one thing, Facebook for another. You're all able to do it all from Encompass one event app, which is awesome.
Exactly, and that also in a way, I mean, like increases your event's life cycle in a way because people start getting engaged with your event a lot before the event is actually even begun, before your registration has begun at the live event. So that kind of increases your event's life cycle. That starts getting people engaged, and then the app will give them the opportunity to create their personalized itinerary, so makes them feel like, wow, I know exactly what I'm going to do at the event. I already have my stuff planned out. They can start making connections. They can start networking with people. They can start finding people that they want to meet. They can start setting up meetings, etc. And we have a full-fledged meeting module in Event Mobile that will not just set meetings for them. Again, it's about how much value you add to the attendees experience, and it will also reserve an actual meeting table or booth for them by just sending a meeting request from the app. So it's all about engaging an attendee is all about adding more value to their experience and to the money that they put into your event and the time, the opportunity cost that they're facing by coming to your event. They need to see the ROI. They need to get that value back to make them feel like, yes, this was the right event to come to.
And one other thing is, the life cycle itself. Varun mentioned, you can increase the life cycle before the event actually starts. But let's not underestimate the value of keeping it going after the event is over, where people can still post images from when they were there. Just have the social network again, linked up with all of your other social feeds, but they're still engaging afterwards, like their feedback, and it's amazing, and taking surveys even afterwards. So you're getting all of that analytics as well, but it's still increasing the life cycle of your event for future days. But if you still, even further, if you want to keep it going for your next year's event, if it's very similar and this and that, you can even continue, and that again comes back to the marketing and how you actually approach it, but you can even keep it a year-long cycle and keep the app in use for that entire time.
Of course, oh, absolutely. I think that's a very important point, and that even from the organizer's perspective, having a social channel and having the push notification alerts channel, you can stay engaged with the audience. You can have the audience stay engaged with the event way beyond the event. People can still go back to the social feed to see what the thought leaders are posting over there, to find out what's the buzz around the topics, etc. So I think there's a lot of benefits of mobilizing the event and having a good mobile app, not just a mobile app, but a really effective, a good mobile app that can add these value adds to your event and to the attendees experience. So some of the other points, like, these are just statistics that we've gathered. I mean, there is no limit on how early you can launch a mobile app. You can launch mobile app months in advance, but obviously people start really feeling that they're going to an event a few weeks before the event, and that's when they will really start networking and they'll really start planning their event. So at least about 6 weeks before the event, the app should be on the App Store. People should start getting emails, and with download links. Make the process as easy as possible for people to be able to get the app on their phones. They should have a download badge. Click on it. They're in the app. The login process should be very simple, very easy, not a complicated 20-step process. And then you enable them to get all the really valuable information that they would have waited until the first day of the event to get, like 6 weeks in advance. Look at all the speaker bios, exhibitor details, chart out their itinerary, personalize their itinerary, start networking with users. Just don't use your EDM to send sponsors info, but also help people find pre-event networking options through these EDM marketing emails that you're sending up. Tell them how they can get more value out of their event, download the app, use this to network, use this to set meetings up with other delegates. Those are the kind of things that will get people engaged in advance with the event. And I think having a good mobile app can just really revolutionize and transform your overall attendee experience, even a long time before they're actually at the event. So be interactive in educating your delegates. Very important. Give busy attendees, as I said, chance to make their own personalized schedule, or even upload a schedule for them. Again, make them feel give them that wow factor. Like, wow, okay, I don't even have to do anything. All I have to do is download the app. All the sessions that are really relevant for me have already been added to my profile. I'm being given a personalized experience. They should get that wow factor even before they're at the event. Obviously, when they come to the event, you have the gamification features that will give them a more bigger, fun, added value wow factor. But personalize the experience for them on the app. Give them that really cool feeling that, okay, these people really care about me. I'm an important person to them. They're personalizing the app experience for me. I already know what I have to do. They're making it easy. They're making my life easy, etc. Be smart with your push notification and reminders. Do not be buzzing people like all the time. That will just end up as making them disable their push notifications. I don't know how many times have we turned off push notifications on various different apps. So be smart. Push notifications are very good. It's an amazing feature to send great updates to people. But again, be smart and use it effectively to make sure people get really cool updates, not just anything and everything being sent to them as a push alert. So moving forward, how can technology help you drive more audience participation and help you generate more revenue at your event? So, I mean, I think a lot of you probably already have a lot of answers in your mind, and you've already been deploying some of these, features in your events. But we'll talk a little bit more on specific technology use cases that can help you, drive audience engagement as well as help you reap more ROI from your event. So event apps, I mean, obviously, let's say attendees get information quickly as well as network with other attendees. Now, how does that help me with ROI? I mean, we're giving this to them. There's nothing coming back to me. Well, hello, if this attendee has a great experience, if he gets what he's looking for, like, I kind of classify attendees into three basic user groups. One are the learners who come to events specifically for learning. I mean, they want to attend the sessions dedicatedly. The ability for them to be able to find the relevant sessions, personalize their itinerary, add it to their calendar, and making sure that they don't miss an important session is very important. They can really plan their itinerary. I mean, people are really busy. They're going to an event, but their work is not stopping at the same time. They're getting like meeting requests, call requests, and sometimes we inevitably end up taking calls at events. We've seen a lot of people running around, sitting crouched in one section with their laptops open, trying to take a call, and they could be missing a really important session because of that. And that's lack of ROI for the attendee. And if you give them the experience where they already have their personalized itinerary, they've already added it to their calendar, And then when they get a call request, they can say, hey guys, I'm busy at this time. Let's move it by an hour because I'll be attending this really important session. It gives them more value of being at the event. They were able to attend all the sessions that they wanted, and only because you provided them a tool to plan their event better. Again, the second category of people that I think come to events is people looking for vendors. So if they're able to see all the exhibitors, filter exhibitors by products, services, technologies, and then connect with these exhibitors and sponsors in advance with all these vendors in advance, and then set up meetings, that gives them value add, I mean, to come to an event. And the third, I think, which is probably the biggest user group at events, is the networking folks, you know, who are like primarily at events just to make connections, just to find the relevant people they want to meet. And if they don't have a tool which helps them do that, it's like really difficult. I mean, like no matter how social you are at an event, no matter how many cocktails you attend, no matter how annoyingly you talk to people during a session, you never know who you're talking to. He might be absolutely irrelevant to you. He or she, the person that you just met and spent 30 minutes with just to get to know who that person is, might be absolutely irrelevant for you. So if the app allows them to find the relevant people and network with them, you know, and make the correct connections, have features like matchmaking that we have in Event Mobile that lets you add tags to your profile, that lets you see matching attendees who have similar interests, similar needs, etc. You can easily enhance the attendees experience and take it to a whole different level. He's like, I have to come back to this event. I made like so many important connections I could have never made without the app, without coming to this event. So those are the kind of features that really increase audience engagement and help generate ROI, because these are going to be return customers, as well as obviously there's other sponsor-led ROI features that are there in the app. So the following, below two technologies that we have over here is, I think iBeacons are kind of still nascent, but we're seeing them kind of slowly take over the QR code arena now. I mean, like iBeacons are something that we really are spending a lot of time creating different use cases around iBeacons, and I think they're kind of just taken off to a level where things have just gone to a whole different level at events. So beacons are primarily small Bluetooth devices, and they help you send localized, personalized messages to attendees in a certain proximity. So say a beacon is placed in a session in a theater, and you set the beacon's radius to like 10 meters, whatever the radius of the theater is. Everybody sitting in that theater, now you can send them personalized messages just about that session. Just about that session. We're about to launch a QR code. If the speaker wanted to send some messages, just you know, a fun fact about that session, just something really cool, you know, while he's presenting, the speaker wanted to send a fun fact. You can send those kind of messages. Just adds that amount of, you know, cool experience for attendees. Again, QR codes are pretty cool as well. You can have QR codes in different parts of the show floor. People scan them to get important information. We have various gamification features around QR codes.
It's actually been a lifesaver for me as well because, you know, I'm more on the sales consultancy side of things. And when I go to events, one of the worst case scenarios is you lose or you run out of business cards. So from attendee engagement perspective, it's like whenever they download the app, they will get a unique QR code that's essentially their business card. So if I run into someone who doesn't have a business card, or if I run out of my business cards, the only thing I need to essentially do is just scan their QR code on my mobile device, and then their contact details are automatically populated. So I mean, another cool, unique way to utilize QR codes from like a networking perspective.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, you know, the ability to see who's around you, to get notifications if one of your connections is around you. That is, again, a pretty cool feature. So with iBeacons, we have this cool feature in our apps called Around Me, which will tell you everybody who's like just in your proximity, you know, everybody who's around you. And then if one of your connections is in your area, wherever you are, is in the same room or is in the same theater, you will actually get a notification saying, you know, John is in the room, you know, and then you click on it and you can say hello to John from the app, and then you guys can go, hey, you're here. Wow, cool. So how does the attendee use an app? I mean, I'm sure pretty much you guys have known this experience, but this is a few steps that may need to be made easy for the attendee. Download the event app, either create a profile, or you can create a minor profile for them initially, so when they log in, they have something already available. I think that's very important to make it easy for users. Learn event details via the app. Give them options to collaborate with other attendees and share content. Receive personalized info from beacons, as well as the ability to exchange business cards and participate in games using QR codes. So I think this is, again, customize, personalize, be creative, do something really different. We've covered a lot of these features. I think what I'm going to really focus on from this slide is mainly the customization of the event app, as well as the gamification features. I think the gamification is something that is taking the audience engagement to a whole different level. That has probably become one of the most important features these days to increase audience engagement during events. And there's various ways of increasing gamification. So before we get there, some of the other tools that will help you really increase the interactivity and the simulation in a session is, as I already said, have live Q&A options through the mobile app. You know, let people feel important, make them feel important. You know, make them feel that yes, I have the options to, you know, ask the questions. I have the options to express myself if there is something that they want to talk about. Give them live Q&A. Have your speakers set polls and surveys, you know, to make the audience feel like our opinion matters. You know, these people value what we're saying. Have the speakers lead their, you know, presentation based on these polls. Of course, have surveys after the session to get real-time feedback. People hate getting paper surveys. People hate getting emails like days after the event to say, hey, please give us your feedback. You know, take it real time. And the more real time you take a survey, I think the more accurate the survey response is going to be, because it's like right there, fresh in their brain. If I get a survey like 2 weeks after the event, I might not even remember what the session was about. I'm like, yeah, I think maybe he was, maybe he was not. So if you do it real time, and again, these will help you improve your event in future, giving your audience more from the event, because you can see what they like, what they didn't like.
Yeah, and all of these are, you know, real time, meaning, you know, it can be actually displayed on a live screen while the event is going on, while the speaker gets there. It can be embedded into a PowerPoint so that, you know, you don't even have to go back and forth to see these results. As well as it adds engagement in terms of within the app, the user will also get live results, and everything is like auto refresh. So it constantly is a real-time feedback that you're getting, and so that engages people to also participate if they're seeing the live results, and you know, having that engagement option. It really adds to the event itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, I mean, audience interest, as we've already touched base on these features, like help them make networking easy for them, super easy for them, help discovery of relevant people, have features like Around Me, have features like, you know, matchmaking, which shows them, you know, match attendees based on their personal preferences, so that it's not, they don't have to go through the entire 10,000 people that are attending the event. They can see a refined, a filtered, pre-automated filtered list that is more relevant for them. Timely updates, important updates, not bomb them with excessive updates. Make timely updates that gives them feel more important, makes them, you know what's going to happen next at the event. Give them that feeling that they're always on top of things and not running around to figure out what's going to happen next at the event. And should I just go and sit in the coffee bar for the next 2 hours because I don't think anything is going on. So easy for them to figure out what they should do when they're like out of a session. What can I do right now? Is there another really cool session going on? Easy for them to find things and timely updates. We already spoke about social media integrations. We won't really talk much more about that, but I think another really cool feature that is adding a lot of interest and engagement to attendees' experience is the photo wall, the photo upload feature. So that, again, you know, it's a simple thing. It's just allowing them to post their event images to the app. Have a photo wall. You can publish it to a giant screen, and people can see the images that they posted. It's like your events, you know, social photo stream. It's kind of a snapshot, a summarization of what the event was, what the event experience was for all your attendees. And people love doing that. People love taking pictures. People love showing their pictures, what they were doing. Give them the option to do that. Post it to the app. Post it to social media, and give them this option to do it easily via the app. So Event Mobile has a photo wall module that allows them to take images from within the app, post it to the app, as well as send it out to social media if needed, or just post it to the app social network. Uh, we also have various other features like that enable ease for attendees, like automated lead generation, capture leads at the trade show with so exhibitors. It also enhances the exhibitors experience. Again, attendees can just easily download the brochures on the mobile app. Again, it helps you stay green. Attendees don't have to carry like bulk of brochures back. They can have all these brochures, etc., available on the mobile app. It helps your exhibitors generate more ROI because they have real-time lead generation and tracking. And it also helps you generate more ROI because we have a product called Event Mobile Exhibitor Edition, which is a full-fledged lead generation mobile app integrated with Event Mobile that helps exhibitors not only showcase their marketing collaterals and go green, so they save on printing costs of all these marketing collaterals. They can showcase them on simple iPads at their booth, but it also helps them scan the badges, generate, capture the lead, and then download this lead information in real time, as well as the ability to send follow-up emails directly while people are visiting them. So again, engaging audience, getting the app to do more for them, getting the event to do more for them, getting it more real-time, technology-led, automated helps with engagement. So we already kind of touched base on this. I think we really want to spend more time on the gamification elements and how gamification is boosting the audience engagement. So we started gamification in Event Mobile about 2 years ago, and we totally saw the download rates of the app hit the roof after gamification was introduced. So there's various ways of gamifying an event. One of the most commonly used gamification modules, and I think it's probably one of the most effective gamification modules, is a social leaderboard that allocates users points for all the activities that they do at the event. So that gives them, something back for doing something at the event. So if they participate in a poll, if they vote, they get points for that. If not, if a person fills in a survey, they should get points for that. And you should have some attractive prizes around that. I mean, spend a little bit to get a little bit more. So have some tiny prizes like maybe an Xbox or an iPad or something like that. And people love winning these kind of things at events. So show them that this is what they can win. We are human beings. We are extremely competitive. So have a leaderboard which is publicly available where people can see, hey, I'm on top. I'm just 10 points behind. I just need to scan a few more business cards from the mobile app using QR code, and I can overtake this guy. I can go ahead him. And I just need to fill in some more surveys. I just need to go find a few more iBeacons in the treasure hunt and get more points. So that kind of totally changes the attendees' experience. It engages them. It makes them do activities that you really wanted them to do, and it also gives them something back in return for doing those activities. We already spoke a little bit about iBeacons, but more benefits as an organizer from Beacons is the analytics portion. And I have Mir here. He's been working on the iBeacon analytics for us for a long time now. So Mir, do you want to take this part where the analytics around iBeacons is?
Yeah, sure. So, the most important part about the whole app itself is the analytics. It is the most important thing as an organizer to get feedback on, how the app is doing, where people are going, what is the major activities that people are doing within the app, and not just iBeacons related, but overall in the app related sense. So we have a full dashboard within the CMS, which is the content management system for the entire event. We have real-time analytics, so you can actually see who's checking in, see how many people are taking polls, surveys. All this kind of information is available in real time via a dashboard, which is again constantly updating based on what the activities people are doing. So we have that along with the full Google Analytics as well, where you can see time that people have set, duration of time that people have spent within a session or within a page, things like that, as well as what devices that they're using, whether they're mainly on a mobile or are they on a tablet. So all this data is available, and then iBeacon specifically, what is the footfall traffic? How many people are coming to a booth or a room where these beacons are placed? Are they returning users? Are they new users that are coming in? And then, of course, hyper-localized messaging is available where you can set real-time messaging that when I get to that booth, if I'm standing there for 10, 15 seconds at that booth, which means I'm pretty much engaged and I really want to learn about the booth that I'm at, then I get a notification saying, hey, a representative will be right there with you, just hang on, that kind of stuff. So, your booth, your attendees, your exhibitors, your sessions, all can push out notifications which are very relevant to the people that are around them. So it's not a push notification that everyone that has the app is going to get, but the message will only go to the people that are very close to the beacon, and it's just a very personalized type of thing that you can do. And we track, in terms of analytics, we track, again, the footfall, how many people are coming, how many return users there are, how many people engaged with the message itself, things like that that we fully track. And again, all of it is real time, so if you have an admin in the back, they can actually be viewing it in real time itself.
Awesome. Thanks, Mayor. I think that was very helpful. And another point that I would like to make is that the success of your event is not just by how engaged just your attendees were or how successful the event was for your attendees, but I think even for your sponsors and exhibitors, how good the experience was for them, how beneficial was it for them. Again, coming back to ROI, one of the biggest factors that helps get ROI is your sponsors and your exhibitors, which are a very important part of the show. And iBeacons, again, like the promotion and advertisement feature that iBeacons add, is a pretty cool feature. So the floor analytics that Mihir just touched upon, with Event Mobile, we have like a real-time event heat map, a show floor heat map available from the CMS as a part of our analytics, which allows you to see exactly how many people are in which part of your, what's the user journey being like, where is the most foot traffic, which are the most hot zone, which are the cold zones. And, you can see in real time, okay, these exhibitors are actually suffering. They're not getting a lot of people at all at their booths, So you can do things in real time to change their experience, like moving a beverage counter closer to their booths or setting up a game around their booth or doing something that will attract people to walk towards them and get more traffic to them. So these are the kind of real-time floor analytics that iBeacon provides, and that can help you change the entire experience of attendees as well as the exhibitors and give them more value for being at the event. Similarly, beacons can be used to send promotional messages by exhibitors and sponsors. So you can have beacons at an exhibitor's booth, and we can set various rules, like, the message should go out to 10, 15 seconds, the person's been around that booth instead of getting bombed all the time. And that will send a personalized message from an exhibitor, like, walk into our booth to get a free, depending on your whatever their services are. If it was Event Mobile, we would say walk into our booth and get a free pilot app done or something like that to get more people, give them something like, okay, where did I get this from? Okay, Event Mobile, I'm around them. They're right here. Yeah. So that kind of adds more engagement from the attendees' perspective, gives them like, wow, what's going on? And the exhibitors get more value. Similarly, sponsored messages during the session, or even when people walk into the Reds desk, sending welcome messages, giving them that wow factor is pretty cool. Like if you have transport shuttles that transport people from one place to the other, having beacons in that shuttle will help you give them messages like, hope your day was good, and we have a cocktail starting at 7 o'clock. Click here to register for that cocktail or something like that, making that experience for them easy, etc. So what happens after the event? Again, I think Mihir touched upon that. Increasing life cycle is not just about increasing pre-event, but also post-event. You can use the app and send personalized thank you messages, even send personalized emails to keep them engaged, keep them happy. So you got to ride the momentum. You got to keep the momentum up. Share videos and photos of the event via the app, so it gives them a reason to go back in the app. So one of the other really cool features that we have in the app is a built-in social wall, that allows attendees not just to post comments, but also post their event images. That kind of helps them relive the entire event. The photo wall and the social wall helps people relive the entire event, go back there, and then people can still post on those channels post event, like great event experience. They can still keep posting their event images. They can still keep connected, stay connected with the community, and look forward to the next event via these channels. Some of the success stories from Event Mobile: VMware, they just wanted the ability for people to be able to relive their event by posting images and having a photo wall. So they just use Event Mobile using the photo wall feature. That's another pretty cool thing about our product, is that we have like so many features, but the app can be totally customized just to meet your requirements. You can easily turn off any amount of features. So like VMware only wanted the photo wall module, they turned off everything, and it's simple, quick to turn off feature using our CMS, and you can easily customize the app as you want, from not just features to even the look and feel of your event. Another pretty cool success story: Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They use the app very, very heavily for polling and Q&A, as well as for the social features. They had their annual employee meeting a couple months back, one of the largest foundations in the United States. So again, very successful, very engaging using the social wall. I mean, we ourselves were surprised as to how many people were actually on the social wall and posting comments like literally every minute, and help them stay engaged with the event, help them feel more cool and important in the event.
And just to add on the social, the social wall itself, this is an in-app social wall, so it's very just centric to that event specific. So it doesn't necessarily have to go out to your social medias. You can actually give that option, enable it, disable it via the CMS, depending on what the needs are for that event. But this is specifically content that's living on the app itself and does not necessarily need to go out to various other social networks. So if you have a closed event with information that you want to keep secure and that kind of stuff, all of these photos and images and the app overall, any kind of data, any kind of anything that you're doing within the app can be easily just secured and just for your purposes and your event specific. And not outside networks and social areas that it doesn't need to go out of the app itself.
Absolutely, and again, as Mir just said, it's totally dependent on how your event is positioned. If you want the content to go out to your social channels from the app, you don't want it to live. Oh, sorry about that. You don't want it to live within the app. You can easily have it go out off the app. We have the ability for people to post on the social wall and check the social media channels that they want to post it out. So both options are available. Totally depends on how your event is run. Again, some other clients that we have been servicing. So we have like all verticals. We're very heavy in the association side. We work with the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, International Association of Business Communicators, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Financial Executives International, National Association of Minority and Women-Owned Law Firms, and tons more. Freshfields, one of the largest association for lawyers and attorneys in the world. So we're very heavy in the association industry. We're very heavy in Fiserv, as well as the technology vertical. So that's a quick snapshot on audience engagement, guys. I have unmuted you folks. So if anybody has any questions, they can use the mic on their devices to just ask that or raise their hand. So please feel free to use this time to ask any questions you might have for us. Just to let you know, guys, we are going to record this this session, and we will be sharing the link to the session. So if you want to share it with your colleagues or anybody you think might be interested in learning more about audience engagement, feel free to do that. I see a question coming in from Kim. Thanks, Kim. We look forward to seeing you in Detroit. Have a pleasant trip down to Detroit. We are on booth 1600, Event to Mobile. Please do feel free to drop by. We'll be more than happy. We're going to have a small app lab on our booth, so we'll help you set up an event app for you, like within a matter of minutes with Event Mobile. You can get an app created, a pilot app to test it out. Within a matter of minutes, we can set it up for you. So please feel free to drop by our booth at the event. Any questions around pricing, etc., we can take it at the booth. I see another question coming in around pricing. Our apps are priced very moderately. We start at as low as $5,000 upwards. So feel free to come by to our booth, and we'll be happy to take any questions that you might have and help you guys get set. I think that's a wrap for the day. Thank you, everybody, for joining the webinar today. We really appreciate your time. Thanks, Mihir. Thanks, Stephen, for taking time to be on this panel. And we look forward to meeting all of you in Detroit. Again, Event2Mobile will be on booth 1600 at ASAE. Please feel free to drop by. We are also going to be sponsoring the drinks on both the nights. So please meet us at our booth to get more information on the open bar and the socials that we will be doing. We're going to have a free drink arrangement every night at a hotel nearby. So please do meet us at the booth to get more information about the evening parties that we're going to be throwing at the event. Thank you so much. Have a great day.